Are you stuck in the endless cycle of small projects, feeling like you're working nonstop but your business isn't moving forward? Today, we're cracking the code on a counterintuitive strategy that catapulted my business to new heights, focusing exclusively on larger jobs. It sounds simple, right? Well, here's the twist. Stick around as I unveil why saying no to smaller projects isn't just smart, it's essential for explosive growth. Let's face it, in the early days, we're wired to think every job counts, fearing that turning down work means missed opportunities. But here's the kicker. Spreading yourself too thin across too many small projects can actually stunt your growth. It's like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in it. Sure, it gets filled, but what's the cost? Time, energy, and the chance to land projects that truly scale your business. When I first started my junk removal company, I took every single job that came my way. I was so scared that by turning down jobs, I was shooting myself in the foot. It really goes down to our primal fear of losing out. But you know what was happening? While I was off doing those small, tiny little jobs, driving between customer to customer, spending a lot of time just commuting, a lot of time just going back and forth from the landfill, I could have spent that time at a bigger job where I would make more money. I would be there all day, maybe even several days. One of our biggest projects, we were there for over 2 weeks. 2 weeks would have been a lot of customers just driving back and forth. And let me tell you, I wouldn't have made anywhere near as much money as I did on that 2-week job. And with that said, the turning point for me then was when I decided to target the larger projects. It wasn't an overnight success. I would go and do a bigger job, it would end, and then I would wait for that bigger job to come again, and it wouldn't come. And I'd be like, shoot, this isn't working. And I'd go right back to taking the small little jobs until again a bigger job would come my way. And it was a cycle that kept repeating. And then I had the aha moment. I realized that the bigger jobs were what really propelled my growth, what really helped me grow my business, and what really, and let's face it here, fellow entrepreneurs, that anxiety, right? A lot of us here, we're anxious, right? We're fully responsible for generating our own revenue. And turning down the small jobs, while we might know inside ourselves it's not the right thing to do, we're actually just wasting our time, right? We're not making any money on these small jobs. We're not really making an impact on our clients' lives. And it's just a lose-lose situation. So what I'm saying here is it's not going to be an overnight success for you guys, right? It required a mindset shift, strategic planning, and a bit of faith. And here's how you can do it too. The first thing I did is I did market research, right? So I am a junk removal company. Who's going to need junk removal? Everybody, right? But the bigger jobs, that's going to be older people, right? It's going to be people who are downsizing. It's going to be families that unfortunately have lost someone and they need help cleaning out the house. It's going to be businesses, right? Businesses generate way more junk and trash than a person can. And so I had to understand the demands of my niche. And that was when I cracked the code. The second thing I did that you should do is recognize your positioning, right? So tailor your branding and messaging to appeal to those big ticket clients. Highlight your capability to handle comprehensive projects with ease. So in my case, what I did is I partnered up with organizers. Organizers help me with big projects. They're able to help the client decide what's going, what's staying, what's being donated. Bigger projects, you need expertise, and that's how I brought in the expertise with the organizers. Another way I did that is I partnered up with estate sale companies, right? On these bigger projects, not everything's going to go, and you have to recognize that. And so these estate sale companies, they come in, they sell the stuff that's worth selling, and we take the rest, right? I had to recognize that, and I had to recognize that this is a different client, right? These bigger jobs, this different client is going to have different expectations. Same with the businesses. Again, the organizers and the estate sale people, very helpful, right? These estate sale people, they don't only do estate sales, they do all kinds of sales. And so I recognize my clients' needs, and now I look like the expert to them. I am the expert to them, right? Because I've done these jobs several times now, multiple times, and with each job I get better. With each job our brand grows stronger, and that's what we're known for now. Lastly, related to what I just said, is refining processes, right? Larger projects mean more complexity. So you got to streamline your processes and ensure that you can deliver exceptional quality on time without burning out, right? That will mean stuff like we write detailed estimates. We write a detailed scope of work. We have professional contracts. We have these partnerships with different companies. We have scheduling software. We've got a CRM. These are all things that help us get organized. We have bigger teams now, right? A lot of our competitors have smaller teams. I recognize we do larger jobs now. We need more people on the job, right? So that's the same thing with your company, right? Target your ideal customer, do your research, position yourself, and recognize what you need to do for them, and then they'll come to you. And so yes, at first, it felt like I was gambling by passing up on those quick, small wins. And again, I would go through those cycles. But by focusing on the larger jobs, it meant more revenue. It meant less operational chaos. And frankly, it led to a happier me, right? Again, as a lot of you know, a lot of you feel, there's stress, there's uncertainty. But with these bigger jobs, those things go away. Do they go away 100%? No. Of course, every entrepreneur, every business will continue to feel stress. But you're now growing, right? You're positioning yourself. Your brand means something now. And so let's dive deeper into this. Focusing on larger jobs isn't just about the paycheck, right? It's about building that portfolio that attracts even more lucrative clients and projects, right? It's about working smarter, not harder. And so here's the secret sauce: specialization, right? I specialize in whole house cleanouts. I specialize in commercial cleanouts. That's what I'm known for. That's my bread and butter. Do I still do the other odds and ends? Of course. But you gotta be the expert. Otherwise, nobody's gonna take you seriously, right? Let's give you an example, right? Sorry if any handymen are watching this. But a handyman, right? They do a bit of everything. And that's completely fine. But let's say you have a handyman, right? And you've got a client who needs a door replaced. Are they going to go with you, or are they going to go with a company that specializes in doors? If you're cheaper and you're faster, they'll go with you probably, maybe. But cheaper and faster isn't the way to scale. I'm sure you guys know that, and if you don't, you can't. If you're always going to be cheaper and you're always going to be quote unquote faster, it's not a game you can win long term. Short term, yeah, but you're here because you want long term growth. And so those customers are going to go with the door guy. So you, in this situation, need to be the door guy, right? And if you're a handyman, I'm not saying, again, handyman can specialize in certain things, right? For example, I know a handyman, he only does residential projects. He doesn't do commercial. Primarily, he does apartments, right? He gets contracts with apartment buildings, and he's the guy for the apartment complex, right? And so he has specialized. Does he still do houses? Yeah. But he does six different apartment building. It's a whole complex. And he's the guy for that building, for those buildings. And he's specialized. And it's a great strategy for him. He is busy 24/7. So you need to apply that sort of logic to your business, and you'll see it will work for you. And so by specializing, you become the go-to expert. You can command higher prices and respect in the industry. And remember, with larger projects, you have the bandwidth to truly impact your clients' lives or business, creating a ripple effect of referrals and repeat customers. So again, with those small jobs, right? Let's say, I just picked up a couch for a person. It's just a couch. They're going to forget me by the time I'm out the door, right? But if I help with a whole house clean out, right? A house overflowing with stuff, and this family is overwhelmed, and I come in and I clean the house out in 2-3 days, everybody's going to remember me, right? That family is going to be so grateful, and it happens all the time. They say it was a life-changing experience for them. It took all the stress out, right? Plus, a little bonus, right? On those bigger projects, your truck's going to be there every day. Your crew are going to be there every day. Everybody in the neighborhood's going to know you're there, right? I don't know how many times we've had a neighbor walk up. We did one yesterday. Neighbors walked up and asked us to come back and help them with their house, right? And she's going to recommend us to other people now. So it's just, these bigger jobs are the way to go. Is it for every business? No. But at the very least, focus on the crucial element of specialization, right? That applies regardless. And so I want you to ask yourself, right? For me, embracing the larger job strategy, it was a leap of faith that paid off in spades. It transformed my business model, my mindset, and my bank account. Now, I challenge you to consider what's holding you back from taking that leap. Thanks for sticking with me today. If you're ready to dive deeper into transforming your business, don't miss out on our next video where we'll continue to discuss different strategies to improve your business, create a more reliable customer base, explore branding. It's all going to be discussed on this channel. So thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. Here's to scaling to new heights together.